So let's take a look at how to use the function notation when we have a graph. So this example says to find the indicated values. The important part is going to be to make certain we can identify whether they're giving us an x and asking for a y, or if they're giving us a y and asking us to figure out the x. If it's in the parentheses, it's the x. On number 1, they're giving us the x, and what they want to know is what's the y. So I have to find where I have -4 of x and where it ends up on the graph. And when I find where -4 is on my x-axis, I go up, find the graph. I have the point right here. So when I match this point for number 1, the x is -4, the y is 2. So the answer for number 1 is 2. On number 2, they're giving us the x, and they're asking for the y. So I need to find where I have a 2 on my x-axis, and then look up or down to find that point, and that's the point 2, -2. So for number 2, when your x is 2, the y ends up being -2. So now let's take a look at number 3. In number 3, it says for what value of x. So here they're clearly asking us that they want to know the x, although they use all these extra fancy words. So get used to that. We're going to have to take what they're saying in the directions, and we're going to have to translate that and know what it means to do. So they want to know what's the x. And if you look at the g of x equals 1 part, there's the x still there in the notation. So that's the part you need to know. So what they actually gave us is the y. So I'm going to look for a y of 1. So I'm going to my y-axis, finding my 1, and I'm looking right or left to see where it runs into the graph. And when I find where it runs into the graph, it's running into the graph at the point -2, 1. It runs into my graph at the point -2, 1. So the x value when y is 1 is -2. And our last problem, same kind of writing. So they're still giving us the y and asking us for the x. This time I have to find where y is -1. So I come to -1 on my y-axis, look right or left, find where it runs into the graph over here. That's the point 1, -1. So when y is -1, our x is 1. And I don't think I marked this one. This one was this color. So that'll do it. That's how we turn around and use the function notation to turn around and get answers for those matching pieces of our coordinates.